Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Syed Mahmood. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Huyen Tran. You can call me Yigrain.
Okay. Can you tell me where you're from?
I come from Hong Kong.
Okay. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I just graduated as an occupational therapist. At the moment, I'm not ready to apply any job in these professions as I'm not yet registered. Um, Therefore, I'm working part-time as a waitress, but
Okay. Why did you
um,
choose this subject?
um, the reason why I chose this subject because I like helping people. Um, I find it meaningful when you can see somebody recover, and I'm not good at like business or finance, so that's why I chose to the health path.
Okay. Why are you taking IELTS now?
Because I want to register as a health professions in Australia, and as an international student, I must pass the IELTS test.
How long have you lived in Australia?
I've been studying and live here for 5 years.
Okay. Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about your hometown. What kind of place is it?
My hometown is in Hong Kong. It's a very busy city that never sleep. Um,
What is the most interesting part of your city?
the most interesting part in my city because Hong Kong was under British colony, so you can find the Western culture in the central, and you can also find the Asian culture in other area. And compare with Australia, I find that um, Hong Kong have many you can do a lot of activity at night.
Okay, would you say it's a good place to live?
Um, I compare in Australia. I think Australia is a better place to live, but Hong Kong is a place have more fun there.
Okay. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about weddings. Have you ever attended a wedding back home in your country?
Um, yes, but not very often. But couple times I've been
O-
attend a wedding.
Okay. Are the weddings usually held at people's homes or at hired venues?
Um, we usually have the wedding in a restaurant or in a hotel.
Okay. What type of food is usually served at weddings?
In my culture, people eat shark fin or abalone. If um, I, it's just we don't usually eat it every day, but in special day we will have this kind of food.
Okay. What are the rituals performed at the weddings to formalize the actual marriage?
Um, Nowadays people have too much activities in the wedding, which I don't really like it. It's just like a show. They will hire somebody for singing. They will hire somebody for playing magic, but I don't really like it.
How is the actual marriage contract formalized?
Um, you have to go to the center. I don't know what it is called, but the couples, and I think also two of their parents and friends. So they sign the paper, and that will be done.
Okay, moving on about food. What sort of food is generally popular in your country?
In my country, Chinese food is very popular. Also, Japanese food. People eat a lot of Japanese food and Korea, maybe because the influence this country are very close and influence each other.
Okay, what type of food do you like?
Um, Before I come to Australia, I love Japanese food a lot, like sushi, and Japanese have very good the food always have good presentation. But after I study in Australia, I start loving all kind of food, like in all countries.
Do you prefer eating at home or at a restaurant?
It depends. When I don't have much money, I prefer to eat at home, do some cooking. If I have time, I will cook. So it save money, but sometimes it's better to go out in a restaurant if you are hanging out with friends or a big group of friends.
Do you think your eating habits keep you healthy?
Yes, I think so. Because my parents used to cook very healthy. It's because my father have bad health, so we used to eat very healthy. So I used to have a good diet, and as also I'm also a health student, so I care this a lot.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. And if you have a pencil and a paper with you, you can make notes if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I have now sent a topic to you. Have you received it? Have you received it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so your 1 minute starts now. Okay, I'd like you to describe a tourist attraction you visited. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
I'm going to talk about a tourist attraction that I researched. I will talk about the zoo in Melbourne. The zoo is full of the wildlife animals. And why is it so popular? Because you can see the Australia is very popular with kangaroo and koala. And before I come here, I thought this animal will be everywhere in Australia, but the fact is not. And actually, you can only see them in very countryside or in the certain like zone or the animal encounter. So that was the place I found it interesting to see animals like this. Also, they have the Tasmania devils. this animal I've never seen in my hometown. I like animals. I like. That is why I found the place is a lot of fun, and sometimes the zookeeper will describe and let you feed the animals yourself. But what I don't like is I visit them. I visit the zoo when I visit it again and again because my family come to Australia and I bring them to the zoo again and I start finding it boring. But occasionally, if you go there,
Thank
I
you.
will always have
We have
fun with
been
it.
talking about a tourist attraction. I'd like to
Yep.
discuss some more general questions relating to tourism. Why do you think people like to travel?
I think people love advantage and love to open their eyes and seeing different culture. Um, they don't want to just live in their small. They don't want to just live in their certain um. Because
We have seen an increase in travel and tourism all over the world in the recent years. Why do you think that is?
um, I think the promotion and I'm because I'm one of the person who love traveling. I love exploring. I love exploring different country. For me, I love the desert or countryside, but I understand some people they love to go to the city like New York to do some crazy shopping. So I think everyone must have some reason to
Do you think it's
go
better to
travel.
travel alone or with somebody?
Um, it depends. I have been traveling alone before, and I also have traveling with a group of friends as well. And that this these are two different type of traveling. When you are traveling alone, you will think about your life, and you will think more about by yourself. But when you are traveling within a group, you will have more fun, and so it depends which type.
Do you prefer traveling with your friends or your family members?
Um, I prefer to traveling with my family. Um, Probably nowadays I used to travel with my friends too much, and I can't spend too much time with my families. So if I have the opportunity, I would love to travel with my families more.
Can you think of any adverse effects of tourism?
Um, what? Sorry, I beg.
Can you think of any adverse effects of tourism?
Um, yes, when too much tourism in certain place, sometimes it will get the local people frustrating. I've read the news couple months ago, like in Spain, they limited the tourism amount because the famous tourist attractions are full of people, which the local people are keep complaining they are too noisy and influence their life.
Okay, thank you very much. That is the end of your speaking test.